Okay, so evening guys, hope everyone's having a fantastic day out there. Welcome to another episode of The Bearded Berserker with me, Matt. And if you've watched any of my videos, I say this every time, any videos on my channel, you'll know that I'm trying to grow myself a big, thick, decent, epic style Viking beard, which is getting there very slowly, but not quite long enough yet. And well, depends on how long nature intended it to be, but hey. So I'm trying to find stuff that's kind of treating the skin properly, my beard properly, hair properly and stuff like that. Maybe look good, smell good and feel good. And I'm kind of on a quest. I'm on a quest to find my favourite products out there. Stuff that I'm trying to pass on to you guys that I really, really like and really enjoy using. And stuff that I just continue using on a regular basis. So I'm priding myself with every video that I do. I'm not affiliated to any of these companies whatsoever. Everything that I do is my own 100% honest, unbiased in my opinion, okay? So if there's something I don't particularly like about a product, I'm going to say that. If there's something that I do like, I'm going to comment on that. After every video, I score it out of 20. So 20 being absolutely fantastic, 0 being never going to touch that again. And so here we go. Now, before we do start, in a couple of weeks' time, I'm going to be doing my top 10 UK beard products from companies. It's not going to be in an ascending order from 10 all the way up to 1. It's going to be my top 10 favourite UK beard products that I've come across so far that I think are that any gentleman growing a beard would absolutely love as a Christmas present. And I'm going to be doing one for Vikings as well, because I've got bits and pieces in, because I'm into my whole Viking theming and stuff like that. Love the whole philosophy and everything about it. And I'm going to be doing one of those as well in a couple of weeks' time. So there's one for the beard products and the other one for Viking products, because what I found when I started doing this, I didn't really know much about beard products or male grooming and stuff like that. I was a bloke, you know, wake up in the morning, throw some water on my face, spray my armpits, shower, that was about it. And I've noticed kind of how massive this men's grooming industry is. And there are so many massive companies now out there that are selling stuff, and they're kind of getting by on selling stuff because of the name that they've kind of, all right, yeah, they've built for themselves, their name and everything, but they try to get up to that sort of higher echelon of the stuff that they're making and selling, and then kind of like, they forget that there are people actually out there that are buying it, that are using it. It becomes less and less customer based, more profit driven and everything else like that. Now, don't get me wrong, profit is not a problem. We're all here to make money and to pay bills and everything else like that. I've not got a problem with. The thing that I'm trying to do is kind of focus on the really smaller companies. The chap in his shed that's building stuff, making beard products, skin products, hair products and stuff like that, and trying his damnedest, because he's got his kind of like in his mind what he wants to achieve and stuff like that. And I'm trying to advertise and showcase the stuff that is out there on the market without necessarily clicking completely on the same brand every time and buying their other stuff. Because I have noticed, you'll notice with a lot of my reviews, they're quite highly scored. Don't get me wrong, some of the scents haven't been my quite cup of tea and for whatever reason and stuff. And believe it or not, I did say this in my Halloween video, as strange as that was, that there are companies out there that I've turned down or have offered to pay me money because the stuff that's in their products, I wouldn't put that on my worst enemy, you know. And I even had one company that didn't even know really what products he was putting in there. It's kind of like, well, I use oil and I use some fragrance in there. And so I would like to showcase those at the same point, but I've been told, no, I don't want you to do it then. So there we go. And the people that are making a lot of these smaller products out there, though, apart from those few that we're just talking about, they really do care about their products and customer service and everything, that I'm chatting to them. And they're actually asking me questions before I review stuff like, do you want to know what's in it? And why we created this scent and everything else like that. And they've got such a passion for this stuff that they're making and creating out there. It's really nice for me as some random bloke with a beard called the Bearded Berserker showcasing the work that they are doing. And it's like craftsmen as well, with rings and jewellery, t-shirts and clothing and stuff like that, that are really creating some absolutely fantastic things out there. And it's an absolute pleasure to be able to look at this and kind of share it with you guys. But anyway, enough of fluff. Here we go with another review. Now, a while back, I done a review for this company. Comes from Norway, and it's called North Sea Beard Company. And funny enough, they make beard oils and balms and stuff like that. The ones that I reviewed before was the Victor and the Foxtrot. And they do have an unscented one as well, which obviously the base materials or the base oils are exactly the same as that, with no scent. If you're not sure about the Victor and the Foxtrot, the video is still there. Please feel free to go and have a look at it. But they sent me through 2 of their other ones to have a look at and see what I think of those. So first of all, we're going to look at the packaging, the products themselves, the pricing of it. Then afterwards, score it out of 20. It's that simple. And with all products that get sent through to me, I go out and source myself. I have tried, I've tested, I've used them. It annoys me online watching unboxings of stuff when people haven't actually used it. Just because it's a cake smells really nice, does it mean it could have been made out of dog food, you know? So I think with a lot of products, especially stuff you're putting on your hair, your skin, your face and stuff like that, you really need to be testing it first, because without knowing what's inside, it might smell dreamy, but it might be chemicals and horrible stuff inside. So here we go. Now, as with the other two, these guys, obviously North Sea Beard Company, they're kind of like a nautical themed, and a lot of their stuff is obviously based on semaphore, and you can see that here. And it's basically an old sort of way that ships used to contact each other with flags and moving arms about in all sorts of weird directions and stuff like that. And so we have here Yankee, and we also have November. And they've also sent through as well the accompanying balms to have a look at as well. The same set, November and Yankee. So let's have a look at them. Now, coming 30ml, which is 1 fluid ounce bottles. Got the rubber pipettes on the top, which I do like on oils, because at the moment, because I've got a medium length beard, I'm only using anywhere between 6, maybe 8 at a push drops. The pumps aren't too bad as well, because it's a measured dose. I'm not overly keen on the shakers, but I do like the pipette, so you can quite happily and easily control it. Now, the Yankee we will talk about first, which is frankincense and sandalwood with a slight hint of grapefruit. Now, I have used this, and it's quite an earthy scent to this one. I can definitely detect the sandalwood and the frankincense in it as well. Excuse me, I'm getting a cold at the moment. And it's got a very slight acidic kind of twang to it that kind of elevates it a bit. So rather than being too... Frankincense and sandalwood is quite a strong, potent smell. And it kind of just... almost kind of like having a sorbet after a minute. It kind of cleanses it a bit and doesn't make it too rich and too heavy. Now, on the pungent scale of it, which is my new thing, the pungency scale, 0 being can't smell a damn thing, there being, yeah, it's kind of, you can smell it, and up here being knock your socks off. I rate this one is just slightly over halfway. It's punchy enough that you can smell it. I do work in a hot, sweaty environment, and so it's nice to be able to try these out and see how long the scent lasts, because in my opinion, there's nothing worse than buying a scent that you really like and with half an hour it's just gone, because it's great for that first few minutes. You put it on, it's all fresh and lovely. To have it then disappear, it's kind of like, oh, might as well have just bought unscented stuff. And this is lasting a good 2.5 hours, so it is lasting a fair while. And so I do like the label that they're using on it. They are up there on the end, you can see them just there. They have a cohesiveness between all of their products and not look completely different, so I like that. The second one that they're sent through is this one, which is November, which is cedarwood, sandalwood, tea tree and peppermint with hints of cypress and coriander. Now, my main problem in life, I'm not overly keen on mint, okay? It's one of those things that I absolutely detest. It's bad enough that toothpaste tends to come in mint flavour. And so it's just one of those flavours in life I do not particularly like or sense. I don't know why, for some reason, just hate the stuff. So I was kind of a bit nervous because I don't want to score something down because I don't like it. But to me, I can definitely smell the peppermint in it, which kind of puts me off a bit. Don't get me wrong, the base oils and everything in there are exactly the same as every other oil, but personally for me, not 100% sold on peppermint or mint or anything like that. I don't like it particularly. Not the oil, but peppermint. You can smell the cedarwood, sandalwood, tea tree with the hints of the cypress and the coriander. But that mint in there is kind of make me judder a bit. But I do appreciate it. There are people out there that obviously love mint. So if you love mint and you want a really good beard oil, then November is the one for you. And you are going to absolutely love this because it's not overblown peppermint, sort of like you're just sucking on a XXX mint. But it's enough there that you can happily smell the peppermint in it. If you love peppermint, you'll love this. I don't particularly like peppermint, but that's not to say this is a bad beard oil, because talking about the oil ingredients, you've got, looking down at my notes, you've got jojoba oil, grapeseed oil, sweet almond oil, castor seed oil, or castor seed oil if you're posh. You've got apricot kernel oil, you've got argan kernel oil, you've got safflower seed oil, vitamin E, and on top of that, essential oils. And one thing I do like about the oils and the balms, because they put exactly the same oils into their balms apart from the shea butter and the beeswax, that this stuff does leave my beard absolutely soft as silk. I'm not suffering at all for any beard draft, itchy, red, flaky skin or anything like that. And the beard oil and balms, the base oils and everything that they're using, absolutely phenomenal. Can't fault them. I do have a favourite out of the two, which is obviously the Yankee. Frankincense, sandalwood with a hint of grapefruit, just to kind of like give you that twist at the end of it. But absolutely beautiful products. Apart from peppermint, which makes me judder just thinking about it. And also they've sent through the balm versions as well. As you can see, they match up with the same colours as the oils, and the balms themselves are really good. Okay, I have found with some beard balms before that there's too much wax in there or not enough. It's not designed as a styling agent because you buy beard wax for that. This is more designed for just keeping everything kind of in check, a bit tamed, keeping some of those wild straggly hairs in place, but it's not going to give you mega amounts of hold. If I wanted mega amounts of hold, I'd go out and get myself a beard wax. And if I wanted absolutely no hold whatsoever, a kind of conditioning thing, because let's face it, balms are pretty much the equivalent of an oil, except to have a slight amount of beeswax in it for that little bit of tiny sort of hold and kind of keeping stuff in check. But obviously, if you didn't want that in there, you could go for a beard butter as well, the same sort of thing, which nourishes the skin and hair and stuff like that. The oil as well does seem to seep into the beard hair fairly quickly. It's not particularly greasy and oily and not ridiculously thin that it pours off my hand. And these have just got the right amount of beeswax in there for it to not be a wax and not to kind of like be like a butter or balm without any wax in it. So it's perfect for me. The smells between the oil and the wax, they're absolutely identical. So, I mean, obviously they're going to use the same sort of essential oils and stuff like that in scenting the two. But sometimes I've had it as well where I've bought an oil and the same matching balm, and they've almost smelled like two completely different products that don't even go together. Whereas it's nice when you've got the cohesiveness between the oil and the balm that they smell exactly identical, which they do. And again, these are coming in at the 30ml balms and the oils, which is around about 1 fluid ounce. And I did make the mistake the other day that I put a beard balm in the car and had the heating on in the car, and the lid wasn't on it sealed, and I've got beard balm stained inside my glove box on my car, and it stinks in the car. It smells nice, don't get me wrong, but yeah. Remember, when you've got wax and stuff like that, and almost like butter, it does melt in your car. Take it out, or at least make sure you got the lid screwed on properly. Look, I didn't. Now, the prices on these, the oil and the balm are exactly the same price each, 249 kroner, which is working out at £21.22. That's on a converter today. Every conversion I do is literally on that day that I'm doing the review, so it's kind of current. And obviously, it's one of those top-end sort of oils. It's not ridiculously expensive, and it's not dirt cheap. It's kind of the top 3/4, but for the love and the attention and the care that they're putting into the products themselves, the amount of various oils and everything, like we're saying, the jojoba oil, grapeseed oil, sweet almond oil, castor oil, apricot kernel oil, argan kernel oil, the safflower seed oil, also the vitamin E and essential oils. Only difference between these and the balms is that the balms have got shea butter, shea butter, and the beeswax in it. There's a lot of oil, and these are lasting around about 3 months. So when you sit there and work it out, 3 months in £21.22 is not ridiculously expensive, because you're not going out every other week and buying one. And I do like these. And now, oh, excuse me, there's nothing worse. You've got a cold coming. You can feel it, you know. I hate that when you go to work as well and everyone else around you seems like ill. And it's like, why did you not just take a day off sick and you had to come into work and infect me? Especially when I have to have the nose on me in order to smell what all these scents smell like. Now, it comes to scoring it out of 20. Now, I'm not going to score the peppermint one, because that would be unfair for me to mark it down, because it's a scent that I don't like, when there are people out there that absolutely love mint and that sort of flavours. If you do love mint, like I said, that November one is just right up your alley. So I'm not including that in the scoring or going to mark it down in any way, shape or form, just because I don't like the scent. But I'm going to mark this 19 out of 20. And the reason I'm marking it 19 out of 20, it's absolutely stunning. The packaging's great. The product, the actual oils and the stuff that they're using in for this, they're all natural. There's no chemical fillers and stuff like that. The customer service on backwards and forwards with conversation has been absolutely amazing. You message them within 10 minutes, they're messaging you back, considering they're in, obviously, Norway. I'm in the UK. And so customer service with these guys has been absolutely spot on. Straight up 19 out of 20 for them. It's one of those brands that I highly recommend. And I've got quite a few brands now that I am absolutely in love with, you know. And you will be seeing that in my top 10 UK oils and balms and beard products and stuff in the next couple of weeks. That there's some stuff out there on the market that is absolutely bloody phenomenal, you know. And hat off to the people that are out there putting the time and effort into building this up. And it's the least I can do and try and showcase what they are actually making out there. Because one of these videos you might go, cool, that looks quite nice, I might give that a try. So, but anyway. But thank you guys for taking the time out, listening to me gabbling on and doing another review. Should anybody have any questions or any comments whatsoever, please feel free to comment down below. I read and reply every single one. Please also subscribe as well. I really do appreciate everyone that has subscribed so far. Done a giveaway the other day where a subscriber has won something that I shall be sending off in the next day or so. Please like and comment and subscribe. I am over on Instagram as well. Nearly forgotten everything. There you go. Viking Bearded Matt. Thank you, Davishly Bearded, for helping me out there. So yeah, please follow me across there. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. Have a lovely evening. Take care of each other. Keep on loving each other. Keep on growing those beards. I look forward to seeing you in the next video from The Bearded Berserker. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.